Hey guys, Zom Fox here. The 2024 NFL season has officially kicked off, and we are almost fully through the first week as we are on Monday, meaning we only have one game left of the opening week. But through that opening week, we have seen numerous former Spring Football League players make anywhere from a small to a huge impact in their respective games. And today we're going to be talking about the two most famous examples of the ultra-modern Spring Football era of Spring Football League players turned NFL stars once again, as yes, KaVontae Turpin and Brandon Aubrey both had incredible Week 1 games in the 2024 NFL season. So, without further ado, let's just get started with KaVontae Turpin. Now, of course, KaVontae Turpin was the first ultramodern Spring Football League player to make it onto an NFL roster. He was the 2022 USFL MVP, went to the Cowboys, and became the starting returner for the team. Now, the 2022 Pro Bowler himself had his first return touchdown of his career in the NFL, as naturally preseason doesn't count, as he had an incredible 60-yard punt return touchdown against the Browns. Now, this did come when the game was already fully out of hand, but it was the first punt return TD of the season, and was a huge moment for him. He never scored a return touchdown, despite that being what he was mainly brought to the team to do. The fact that he already pulled it off is huge, especially because it makes his punt return game look a lot better. Now, his kick returns is also decent. He did have a 34-yard return with the new dynamic kickoff, which is something he had never done before, as he was a USFL player, not an XFL player, and obviously he wasn't even in spring football in 2023. So, he did show a little bit of promise there, but his 60-yard punt return TD was the incredible moment for him, and was another example of just the kind of electric player KaVontae Turpin can be. Now, he only had one target during the game, and once again, he really isn't being utilized as a rusher or a receiver, despite him being able to do both, whether that be end-around rushes or as a legit slot receiver or primary receiver like he was with the Generals in 2022. He is still somebody that is very electric and is very fast. That is why he's such a good returner, and why he did have a punt return touchdown, the first of his NFL career. So, congratulations to KaVontae Turpin. But the main one was Brandon Aubrey again. Look, at this moment, it's pretty tough to argue any kicker in football is better than Aubrey. I know some people would still argue Tucker, but Tucker did already miss a field goal this season. I know some would say Harrison Butker, but I think at this moment, it's Aubrey. Aubrey went 7 of 7 on total kicks during this game against the Browns, which included all 4 of his field goals being 40-plus yard field goals. That's right, he made 2 50-plus and 2 40-plus yard field goals while going 3 of 3 for extra points. But the most impressive thing is what didn't actually occur twice. Okay? Yes, congrats, that's great. He, got 15 total points on the board. He would have tied Justin Tucker's NFL field goal record if it wasn't for a delay of game penalty. The Cowboys took an absolutely stupid delay of game penalty, despite having 2 timeouts, might I add, and the kick went through the uprights. Aubrey would have tied the record, and what's more impressive, he would have done it in an outdoor stadium. Not a dome where it's, wind controlled and all that. He would have made it in an outdoor stadium, which would have broken the NFL record for an outdoor stadium kick. So the fact is, he should have tied the record for the longest field goal. What's crazier is that they almost let him attempt a 71-yard field goal. As you can see in the image here, they were thinking about letting him actually try. We've talked about it before in the preseason. He made a kick that would have been good from 70-plus. So it is possible he could have made this kick. And in fact, the stadium actually started booing when they pulled him off to decide to do a Hail Mary, which ended up completely just not working and all that. The fact is that this was stupid. They should have let him kick the field goal. I mean, he legitimately could have made it. And if he had made it, that would have been one of the most historic plays in NFL history. That wouldn't have just broken the record. That would have shattered it. A 71-yard field goal would have been 5 yards farther than Tucker's kick and would have been 7 yards farther than the longest outdoor kick of 64 yards, which has been done, a few times. This was sad. This was really sad that we didn't get to actually see him do this. Because, again, I think Aubrey could have made it. Now, yes, his 66-yard kick would have been very close to making it for a 5-yard difference. But, again, Aubrey has had a very powerful leg. He is an accurate and powerful kicker. The fact is, he could have made it. He made the 66-yarder, but it's not going to count, which is even worse. Because, remember, in the preseason, he also had a kick that was 66 yards plus. So, Aubrey's just getting absolutely screwed over with this record. he should have this record either tied or by himself. Yet because of one of them being in the preseason, one of them being a delay of game penalty now, he's not going to have it. Hopefully during the season we see him tie or break the record because his leg is really the strongest in the league, aside from maybe Jake Bates, another former Spring Football League player, as Bates' leg is just insanely strong. It's just nowhere near as accurate as Aubrey. So Bates legitimately could also make a 65-yard plus kick. It's just a matter of, will it actually go through the uprights, obviously. Like, it will be long enough, it just might not be, accurate enough. But Aubrey can kick a 70-yard field goal. We're going to see him attempt one this season. Is he going to make it? I can't guarantee it. But he will attempt a 70-yard kick this season. Seeing all the reaction to this, seeing how Aubrey's been kicking, it's going to become a point where McCarthy's just going to say, hey, why not, and let him try it. But we'll see. So overall, this will do it. This has been Zom Fox. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Like I said before, I'm trying to do these every single week looking at some Spring Football League players. And as I put out in the tweet, when I was watching this game, I knew I had to do it on these two guys. I will have a short coming out later today, which might already be out, depending when you watch this video, on how Jake Bates did in his NFL debut. So be on the lookout for that one. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, think about becoming a channel member for only 99 cents a month. And as always, guys, have a great night.